Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FML FPL. Okay! Welcome to FML FPL Alon.
Walsh.
The Monday after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we got a nice morning pod here. Quick turnaround, so we'll get in, get out.
Get in, get out. How'd you do? You fucking flew, actually. I know how you did. You absolutely flew.
It was all KDH fueled. I mean, I've been
He's the guy.
for literally days that he's an excellent pick. Have loved owning him every minute of every second of every hour of every day since I brought him in, and he's just a little goatee genius.
And you never considered getting rid?
Didn't ever consider it. Wasn't almost about to hit him out within 5 minutes of the deadline. Didn't consider it for a second. He just sits there and goes. And even my trusty steed, Pau Torres, the mascot, falls on his sword for me to get an extra point with Gahey. It's just
why not?
Why get 2 from Pau when he could just sit on the bench and get 3 from Gahey? So when stuff like that happens, you're laughing. You're laughing to the bank.
Things
you're
are
laughing
good.
to the bank.
You obviously won in the cup. You're absolutely flying in the cup. You're top of your group, second most points in your group. I'm also 3-1. I also won a lot less points, and you got 84. I got 70, but we have basically the same point scorers. I just don't have KDH. My only real tilter was fucking Goodmunson, who it was like the easiest, most dominant clean, arguably, of the weekend, and then Luka scores a goal in like the 87th minute. I'm just like, oh, cool,
Yeah, but you had to have been already prepping for that, knowing when it's 3-0.
Yeah,
like
3-0, and just subbing on the new striker. It's like, they're gonna fucking fuck this up. But it's like I did Mukiele and Saka to Saliba and Boomo, which on paper's like a plus 14, but I would have started Richards' 8-pointer on my bench, so it's not as good as it sounds, but still a good week, and still we've both been flying lately. We're both just climbing every week. So
I think it's pretty hard to troubleshoot that backwards on the Goodmunson
what am I
versus
gonna do?
Richards call, because if it was a home game for Richards, you're probably starting him. But
I think so. Yeah.
I mean,
it still would have been close, which kind of represents why it was like an impossible, the home Leeds and the away Palace. I didn't really consider not starting Goodmunson. But even if Richards was home, I don't think it's like cut and dry, especially the way Palace have been playing. I mean, when's the last clean sheet you guys had? I feel like it's been a
while ago.
Brighton had chances.
They were abject.
Great,
they were abject.
But
they were really bad. Well,
they had
every
as
team
many
has
chances
in
as
a game
NFL.
There's 100 minutes. Every team had chances. They were absolutely good for nothing that game.
Yeah. But I would say roughly the same amount of chances as NFO, and just one went in and one didn't. But
one has Darlow and the other doesn't.
Let me do some mug stuff, because I haven't done this in a while. We haven't had a pod without a match the same day in a while. But so the January mug winners that passed already: Alex Walsh, aka Walshy, first place. Good job, I am. Craig Wood, aka Dundee Monkey. In third place, Caleb St. Aether, who's just won I think he's won 5 mugs. I don't know. He's
he wins a mug every year. I don't know how.
He's cheating. He's
literally
multiple mugs. Multiple mugs.
I know. He has 4 mugs. I think he just every year he wins a mug at some point. I don't know.
He's
what's
cheating.
Going on.
And he's Liam's IRL friend, I think. And Liam is just tilted because his friend just wins every mug every time. And then the February mug leader so far after one game: John Sorrow, aka Bonzo, Darren Anthony, aka Holland, and Jack Age, aka Could Be Verts. So we'll see how that goes, how that shakes out. All right, how are we gonna do this pod? We got a game week in 24 hours away. I don't know. I think the only logical place to start is with Ray and his free hit. The best moment of the weekend, codes, easily.
The codes, yeah.
The best moment of the weekend.
Inform the listeners about what we've learned about the FPL game.
I think a lot of people don't know that if you have an illegal team, meaning if you have more than 3 players from one Premier League team in your FPL team, you can't make any free transfers.
And you can, I mean, some people probably know this, but if you can only do that at 2 real windows of time, when the transfer window is open in January or before the game week 1. And you have to have in your team adding a player from you have 3 players from team A, you add a player from team B, and that player gets transferred to team A. So you would have 4 players from that team.
Exactly.
So that's the illegal team.
So Ray, longtime listener, follower, friend of the pod.
Excuse me, it's Rye. Is how you pronounce his name.
I say Ray.
Yeah.
Raymond.
You're saying it wrong. Yeah.
I say a lot of things wrong. I say Rosenhauer, but Ray has
Rye.
a team
it's Rye.
I can't say Rye.
You just did.
No, I can't. Yeah. I can't do it.
Okay.
I can say rye bread. I can't say Raymond.
It's Rye.
But so Ray has an illegal team of 5 City players. He has Holland, Foden, Semenyo, Cherky, Gehi. So he cannot make any transfers. The game will not let you make any free transfers unless it's it's like being a check in chess. You can't make any moves unless you solve the problem. So
it's actually kind of checkmate. But yeah.
Yeah, kind of checkmate. But you can free hit. The game
No, it's not that simple.
Go on.
You cannot free hit.
Oh, yes.
On the app.
And the app.
You can free hit on the website.
On the browser.
Because we know that they spend $20 an hour on coders in Poland to do this website for this.
They do it through Fiverr. Yeah.
Fiverr. They just Fiverr it up. And so they I guess accurately or correctly coded on the app.
Yes.
But the website's just from GeoCities. There's you click on a button and the URL link fucking a million characters. It goes through so many rabbit holes to do anything. So they can't figure that out. So you can still free hit on the website, but not the app if you have an illegal team, which I'm sure a lot of listeners have been dying for this information.
Oh, this is the inside information you turn into an FPL podcast for. How do I scam the game and scam the points and everything? So also follow up to that is the app for several hours still said he was on free hit for Gameweek 26. The app was just broken, completely broken brain. How did he do this? How did he free hit an illegal team? He must still be on free hit. Don't know what's going on. It's just the best. It's just the best. And you can't use any other chip also. You can just free hit.
I'm sure one of the interns from Towers listens to our pod, and they're probably phoning we have to move the code headquarters from Poland to Slovenia.
They figured it out.
This Polak house is just not doing it for us. We need to go $23 an hour for the Slovenian coders. They'll sort it.
I mean, for all we know, it's Mark, FFS Mark, and he wanted a little backdoor senor, a thing he only knew about to scam the game, scam the points. And our Patreon subscribers figured it out. He has trapdoors everywhere. He knows. There's got to be little imperfections in this dog shit website.
He's sitting there. He's like, oh shit! I really can't have Thiago drop. Let me open up my trapdoor. Click this button. Give me 3 days of Thiago hodl price drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Epstein emails. He just emails he texts some guy in Norway who runs the website and just says what's for dinner? and then Bruno doesn't price drop. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm seeing there's a theme. Every time he asks about dinner, somebody doesn't price drop. It's like the code word dinner is,
Exactly.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's just such an absurdity that we spend hours and hours of our life on a game that fundamentally they can't even get they can't even get the game to work. It's just it
doesn't work as well as the Encarta CD-ROM game from 1994 that we played in the computer labs. That game just worked, and you just played it, and it worked, and it was live action.
The buttons, it happened. What you expect to happen happens. This is something else. It's just something else.
Yeah. Yep.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Okay. Anyway, we got that out of the way. What are we going to do? Just talk about some games, or should I just do questions?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll come across the double. There's one thing, though, I think we need to solemnly and very soberly discuss, because something very serious almost happened this weekend.
Go on.
The Wolves-Chelsea game. I mean,
What a game.
It's not very common that we see a weekend set of games and have a player come so seriously close to dying and being killed on the pitch. But João Pedro, he has a family, right? I mean, he's from Brazil.
Yep.
It was the first pen. I didn't think he would get up. I thought he was going to, you would have to dig a grave. Yeah. So really tough. I thought you'd have to dig a grave on the pitch next to his body to put him in there because it was such violent conduct. He almost died.
Yeah. And no red card for Doc on that with the violent conduct.
It was violent. He's got his Irish, accent probably conned the ref into thinking he's like a nice boy, but it wasn't only that. And he got thank God that he was okay because it was very concerned. I mean, I was very concerned.
It was scary to watch.
Look,
the TV should have cut away and not shown a replay. Yeah. We shouldn't be seeing that.
If we learned anything from the Eriksson event of we don't
want to see that. No one should see that.
It was maybe worse, but the thing about it that really did my head in was that this poor guy, and he's a kid, right? He's in his 20s.
Yeah.
He's not, 40. He doesn't have old children. He hasn't lived a full life. He got up from the first event. It happened again in the same game. Again. It wasn't even 2 hours later. It was it was about an hour later. He almost died a second time.
At some point, it falls on the manager. You have to protect your players from themselves sometimes.
And the opposition. I mean, look, Wolves, the amount of red cards they should have accrued for violent conduct is 2. They receive 0 somehow. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you're looking at Rosenauer and he's just letting this happen. He's letting it happen. It's not
throwing the white
reasonable.
Towel.
It's not reasonable. And the kid, you feel for the kid because he's just trying to play football, and it's just two times in one game to almost be murdered on the pitch through violent acts is difficult to watch. It was difficult to watch.
It's hard.
That's, so I just wanted to, and
I'm
I don't
glad
know
you got that out. Yeah.
If he and his, name and likeness company have any interns that listen to this, if there's anything we could do, I mean, we're just a couple baldies in America. We feel for João Pedro. All right. We feel for him. We hope he can play midweek. We hope he recovers. I think he will. He probably will. But it was just tough. It was tough to see. So just wanted to acknowledge that.
God, dude. The most disgusting inside job of all time. I don't even know what the fuck that was, dude.
Yeah.
And people are considering Palmer again.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's one thing that happens.
Of course they are.
And we actually
it's so funny in our Discord, dude. Nobody's talking about Palmer for months. All of a sudden, multiple people that I haven't seen chatting in months are oh my God, I'm it's so glad I captained Palmer. It's what?
Oh yeah.
It's absolutely. We have a captain channel. Why aren't we outing ourselves before these things occur? They're sitting there in silence. But yeah.
I mean, Micro said my cup opponent has Palmer and I don't. Should I worry about that, or am I right in thinking they don't play Wolves every week? And Nick Volta with the question of the year said, "Do I do Boomo to Palmer?" It's just,
I can't have that one. The goal was interesting though, because I feel like we had a mention about this probably months ago, but the open play goal was those were the types of goals he would regularly score when he was an actual FPL pick. It seemed like they stopped passing to him for a long time, right? Where they were actively not looking for him as much, and it was a throwback, the open play goal.
It was an unreal finish too. I mean, he put that
nice finish. I mean, he's
roofed it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got generally. I mean, he's the type of player that you'd expect overperforming his XG. I mean, he just has that pinpoint accuracy and every finish that you could want in the body. I mean, anywhere really on the pitch. So yeah, I mean, that was a really nice, just a really nice old fashioned cutback when he's finding space and he just roofs it. So. But it's still the same thing with him. It's just the fitness and the pile up. He's not a pick,
and it was his only shot of the game, and he played 90, and he's probably not going to play in the midweek because he's
did
Palmer.
Have 2 other shots, but sure.
Well, those don't count as shots in my book.
They do.
Yeah, pens aren't shots. Pens are just a separate activity,
separate category.
So it is separate activity. But yeah, Ladro and scamming points. I mean, it'll never end. I don't know.
It'll never end.
Well,
at least we were. Yeah, I mean, at least we were only down 4 points on the Thiago Ladro this week.
Yeah. He scored
three.
He scored
only 3.
Yeah.
If,
I mean, if he got a yellow card. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you sign me up for being -3 every week for the next 2 between Ladro and Thiago, I'll devour you. I won't even rip your hand off. Your entire body.
By the way, the fucking non-pen on what's his name? KLP. Did you see that? Did you watch that game at all?
Yeah.
Because it was the week of pens. I mean, there were like maybe 6 or 7 pens this weekend.
Yeah.
And
there were a lot of pushing non.
Yeah, there was a lot of other events that could have been pens every which way in like half the games. And they
especially that game though.
They just make it up. Every time.
Yeah, I mean, that game had a pen for both sides. They could have had 2 pens for both sides and no pens in the game.
Absolutely.
And that's where we keep coming down is just like the inconsistency within game is a microcosm of, let alone the inconsistency week to week or weekend to weekend wide of the interpretation of the guidelines. But yeah, it's just, you just buy tickets to the raffle and, you hope that you get a ref that's like, I'm going to call a bunch of pens. Today. Exactly. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't.
Exactly.
That's pretty much how that one.
And I mean, the craziest VAR debacle of the weekend was, I mean, obviously the Liverpool City game, the final action of the final game of the final week of our Lord and Savior. But you've all said, as a Sobo and Turkey owner, please can you have a rant at the state of VAR to cheer me up? And then Liam said, after the Turkey Sobo VAR debacle, what is the most ludicrous thing that has gained or lost you points in FPL?
I mean, I don't even know what happened. Like, I don't understand. I presume it's written down in the book of the things with numbers and letters of the coding of something. Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't, the thing where it's so aggravating when you watch it as a spectator is just like, it doesn't make sense at all. I mean, if anything, it's like, yes, the dog so, and then there's the the advantage being played. So count the goal and give the red card. Like, that makes sense, right? That makes total sense to me. Yeah. And then if it doesn't go in, then you just get a free kick from wherever the dog so action was occurred. I mean, I don't know why it has to be more complicated than that. The funniest,
like, ruling or whatever is like, they're saying this with a straight face is like, it's denial of a goal scoring opportunity while the ball is literally rolling into the net. The goal is like literally being scored. There's no denial. It's in the net. Yeah. It's like, we got to call this back to a free kick red card. It's like, what?
I mean,
what's the math on that?
Yeah. I mean, it's, look, you have the guys and you get -9 or something and you have,
oh my God, the Turkey owners.
Unfortunate for you, but I mean, in the plain light of day, it literally doesn't matter at all. Like, this didn't affect the outcome of the game, so I don't really fucking care.
Not at all. I mean, it just sucks for Liverpool to lose Sobo for a game, and it's like sucks for Turkey owners and sucks for Sobo owners in FPL. I mean, it's just the levels of unluckiness to just get that goal like taken away from you for a Turkey owner. It's very high. That's ridiculous. I'd be so fucking mad. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean,
it's too bad that at least they couldn't even get a point that the Sobo, that free kick is going to go down.
I know. It was like one of the best free kicks I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was so cool.
And then they just fell apart as they've done.
They've been falling apart. They
fall apart. They lose steam. They fall apart. All the shit.
Yeah. It's just remarkable how consistent they are when they face adversity within game, how they just collapse.
Yeah, it's like one thing happens. Like, Konate was great. Virgil was playing well. The fullbacks were playing well. All this, and then one thing happens, and it's just like nightmare for the next 10, 15. Other team could score 3 in 10, 15 minutes, and it wouldn't even be unfair.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hugo had a bunch of misses.
He was insane. He was insanely drunk in the game, and I mean, I don't want to. He was really off. I don't want to go too deep on that game. We're already, but yeah.
I mean, FPL there wasn't much FPL relevancy in that game. I don't think so.
Yeah.
What other games happened? I I mean, Romero getting another red card. That's a classic. Did you see the Frank quote about that? I don't remember it exactly. He's like, he's not that kind of player.
Actually, if you look at his history, he's like, he hasn't gotten many red cards. Therefore, it's like he has the most red cards in
Spurs Premier League history. I think.
Like, I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Him, why did you just say that, you fucking moron? Like, chew your gum harder. Maybe your teeth will fucking break. It's unbelievable.
I mean, getting that Boomo goal was fucking huge. That felt like a big moment of the week. I just knew, okay, like I'm safe from everyone else did Saka to Rice. I did Saka to Boomo, and I'm fucking marked safe from the Saka to Rice doers. And I mean, they're still doing the same shit. And Bruno could have had 1 billion points in that game. He was a demon.
It was nice he was shooting, unlike the game previously where he was not. Yeah, where he was not shooting. I mean, it was interesting that he's persisting with no Sesko, and that's just really good. I think for overall stonks, I would imagine they were a lot. It seemed like to me compared to the Fulham game, they were a lot more fluid and interchanging positions like very quickly. It was almost like
they're
every
also
2
against
minutes.
10 men. Yeah.
Yeah, but just in general, like I felt like in the Fulham game, like Bruno, for example, was just one of the two in the front four, and this just wasn't front four at all. And it was, people, they were interchanging a lot more and, more freedom to drop in, which felt a lot better, a lot less static and a lot less stagnant.
Boomo was going sort of sideline to sideline, switching around. And I thought Cunha was really bright. I mean, he does the most consistently like crazy shit in every game. It's just like, and it almost comes off because he's really talented, but he'll just rip one from 25 yards. And it's like, holy shit. And he doesn't play the simple passes, but he's a good like wild card to have in there. He just makes stuff happen and does crazy shit and often leads to good stuff.
It's just very unfortunate that he doesn't pass ever. He just does not.
I would kill for him to pass. It would be so much better for our FPL picks.
And it's like you watch him when he's in your team and you love him so much.
Oh my God!
Literally all he does is shoot no matter what. But when he's not in your team and you have his teammates, he's just literally the worst thing ever because all he does is shoot.
I know.
But a convincing win for them. Good job by them. And and
I wonder if any team has triple like Bruno, Boomo, Cunha. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't.
You can do that.
You could do that. You could do worse. It does get a little bit into the category of like these are all pretty expensive players.
They are.
It's Cunha.
It's like, who
also
don't you have because you're doing that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Cunha is also very much the first sub and the only sub. It seems like he's just 75. So I don't like that very much. Like he's not going. Like he's not going to sub Boomo. He's not going to sub Bruno.
Yeah.
So and Ahmad, I mean, they almost can't sub Ahmad either because they have literally nobody else in the team that does what he does. So, Cunha is going to be subbed every game. And
that's troubling.
That's an issue. Like, to me, it's just he's strictly worse than Morgan Rogers. Like, they are very similar players in a lot of ways.
That's totally fair. Totally fair.
They just shoot on sight and, make side passes that will yield assists periodically. But Rogers plays 100 minutes and Cunha plays...
Rogers plays 100 minutes. He's better on bones. He's probably even a little bit more involved in their goals as a team, right?
Like the percentage.
Yeah, percentage or whatever. So, I think that's totally a fair shout. But, I mean, if you like had him when Bruno was hurt and you never sold him, I mean, you're just holding. Like, he's just shooting, at least... I mean, he didn't actually shoot that much last game, but most games he's shooting like 4 times a game, and you're just loving that. Yeah, that's just a good pick right there.
Yeah.
Should we do some of these questions? I mean, we shouldn't go too long on a short turnaround.
Yeah. I mean, I think to me the two biggest things to talk about for next week is probably just the double, and then also Palace because we have home Burnley, home Wolves. So
let's do both. I think regarding the Arsenal double, I mean, I think most people just have who they have at this point. I don't see any teams really in our Discord who are like, I have one Arsenal. Like, who should I bring in? I think the question regarding Arsenal is captain. I mean, so Jeff with a G said, is Gabriel the chalk pick? Do I captain Rice? Are there any other captains, like non-Arsenal guys worth captaining? And then Lucas said, asking about the triple cap for Gabriel. I think that's really the only Arsenal discussion. You're not going to, sell any of your nailed Arsenal players probably at this point for the double. So, yeah, I mean, what do you think about the triple cap?
I think it's horrendous, honestly.
Okay.
I'm surprised anyone's talking about it. That partly, but also just like I'm looking for ceiling when I'm triple capping. I'm not looking for floor. And you can argue like, well, look at Gabriel's double digit. You cannot predict when goals come from fucking center backs. Like you just can't. It doesn't matter who they play. I mean, yes, you play a worse team, you're likely going to get a few extra corners or indirect set pieces. I'm sure there's some, you could look at some like study and there's a correlation between like by 0.14 higher. But practically speaking, like when you're looking at a 2 game, it's like you're looking at, just a really high floor and a really low ceiling. And I don't want to use my triple cap on that. Like I want to use it on like someone that could get 15 in both games. And that's not a center back. So
and Brentford has conceded the least amount of set piece goals in the league, by the way.
Yeah, you got that. And and that, I mean, that's just fundamentally where I'm at on that in a vacuum, not to mention again, I mean, these are 2 away fixtures. Yeah. And yes, they are the best defense in Europe in world football. And also it just takes a little diddle for someone to do a thing. I mean, look at Raya runs out, goes on an adventure. And
I know they almost conceded. They had a goal line clearance or 2 and it was sloppy. Yeah. And it was sloppy until it wasn't sloppy, which seems to be, I feel like that's their new thing is like be kind of sloppy and then, and then get your head straight and get your shit together and tighten up. And then like, Sunderland basically didn't have a shot for the last hour.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like teams are out on the approach from Arteta of like we don't want anything to happen at the beginning of the game, and then we like slowly grow into it. Yeah, and it seems like teams are maybe a little bit more blitzy in the beginning to see like, hey, maybe we could grab one and then go. If we sit back, they don't do anything. Right. If we sit back and we can defend our set pieces, we might get out of here with a 1-1 or even a 1-0 win. But yeah, I mean, they seem to finish out games really comfortably, and I mean, they have 4 cleans in the last 5, so you're looking at things pretty nicely. But it's just back to the nature of a clean sheet, right? It's so rare that a game goes by, you keep a clean sheet where you don't almost concede. I mean, the other team plays 100 minutes, like they're trying to score the whole game. Like they're almost going to score. Every team almost scores. So it's like
both Brentford and Wolves are playing with their food. They have nothing to lose. Like Brentford are like in 7th or something, like the highest they've probably ever been at this point in the season in 100 years. They're loving life. They're playing freely. They're playing fun. And then Wolves are relegated already. They have nothing to lose. They don't give a shit. Like they almost scored multiple goals against Chelsea, even though the game was already over. So yeah, I mean, I don't love it. I think it was Homburg on Discord posted a thing that was like, if you like Gabriel's points for each adjacent game all season for games he started, if you just add like game week 1 + 2, 2 + 3, 3 + 4, whatever. And it was, I think the average was like 14 points or something absurd. Like if it's just like the way it's worked out so far, but yeah.
And I want to also, I mean, there's that notion, just like he's comparing, I think I saw is like comparing it to Haaland and the numbers are the same. This is the most misleading possible thing I could imagine in my life of trying to make your case and make the numbers work for you, because we're not looking over a 30 game week sample when we're using a chip for a double game week. Like we're just not. So Haaland's average of 7 is a lot more influential of who the opposition is than a player like Gabriel when they just do nothing every game, and the clean sheets are going to be fairly flat. Whereas Haaland's 2s and 17s are going to make the average flat, but the mean might be a little bit flatter, but the high and the low, it's just ridiculous. So, again, and whether it's Haaland or like, and we might not triple captain Haaland, like everyone's doing a lot of double game week chat. I just skim it. I can't even fucking follow it. It's too much, too spreadsheety to me, but might not even triple captain Haaland. Like the fixtures in the 2 game weeks matter so much. Like you want to try to explode on your triple captain. You don't want to try and get an extra 9 points. I think you want to try and get an extra 30.
I mean, that's the thing with averages. Like you said, it's very, very misleading. I mean, what the real averages should be are like, what are the games that we would no doubt captain Haaland or no doubt triple captain Haaland. What's his average in those?
Yeah. 12.
It's probably it's easily double digits. I mean, we triple captained him in a 16-pointer. Everyone else triple captained him against West Ham, which was also 16. I mean, there's that one like home Leeds where he like blew it, and a lot of people burned their triple cap that week. But most of the like home against the bottom half teams, I'd be shocked if he's not averaging double digits per game, not per adjacent game like Gabriel, right? And like you said, I mean, the Gabriel goals, I mean, it's like away Newcastle, wouldn't have captained him in that. Like away Bournemouth, wouldn't have captained him in that. Home Villa, wouldn't have captained him in that. None of them really line up with like advantageous matchups where we're like, oh, this is an easy Gabriel captain considering him for anything. So it's very deceptive. But yeah, I will not be AAA.
I mean, you're also just looking at it, right? You're shouting at the numbers, but I mean, he doesn't have 7 goals. I mean, it's not like he scores a goal every 2 or 3 games or every 3 or 4. Like it's like 1 in 5, 1 in 6, which is obviously insanely good pacing and a rate so far for a center for any defender.
Back, it's crazy, yeah.
And also, you still shrug. You're like, I don't know when the next one's coming. He might not score another goal the rest of the year. You'd be like, oh yeah, of course not. He's a fucking center back. You know? It's like they just don't score.
That's
for
what he did last year, if I remember correctly, right? Didn't he? He didn't score for the last like 10 or 12 weeks or something.
Yeah, he finished with a damp squib. So I mean, I was also looking at this, and it's not applicable to me because I don't have the player, but I would captain Rice this week if I had him.
I think so too. Yeah,
I think you're also. He's so close to the DEFCON threshold every game. Like, just look at this game week, for example, right? I mean, he didn't do anything, just like all the defenders, and he just gets 5 points. And that you're down
less than Gab.
Yeah, you're 1 point down, from the defender, like 1 point less than Timber or whatever. I mean, the DEFCONs are so wildly unreliable where you're not looking at Gab could not. I would expect him not to DEFCON either game, and I think you'd be happy if he does it for one game because it's just. The rate he's on for that is just not high. Like it's not upper 50% where you're like, oh yeah, minimum he'll DEFCON one of these games and then he might get both. Obviously, look, anything could happen, but in the degree of range of likelihood of outcomes, like 2 DEFCON games from Gab to me is very low in these 2 fixtures. And with Rice is like he could just do nothing and play his position and get 10 points plus the actual ceiling of. They're bad teams. He's going to be aiding. He's going to be on the set pieces with assist output. He could join and get a goal.
And I think an assist is way more likely than a Gabriel goal.
Yeah, totally.
Way more, maybe twice as likely.
Absolutely agree. Yeah. So I think Rice is the best captain this weekend. I will be captaining Gabriel 1,000,000% for sure.
Me too.
And I don't think it's close. And nor do I think you should be looking anywhere else besides an Arsenal player.
Agree. That's the easy Arsenal chat. And then Wolves, I mean, we kind of talked about them last week. They have there's some rogue guys, and they're kind of a fun team, and they're really not that bad. They're bad.
Pretty bad.
But they're not whatever points they have, 5 points. So, they're not the worst team in the league.
Well, hold on. Let's slow down here, though. I mean, they're not Burnley, and also,
they're not Burnley, yeah.
And also, I mean, the shine might be wearing off. Like, teams might have gotten enough tape around on Edwards, and he's just starting to chop and change all over the place.
Maybe.
They got a couple injuries.
I mean, I still think they're better than West Ham, too.
Yeah, that's probably... But I don't think we should be talking about Wolves like this is some like mid-table. Like they're They're really bad. They're really bad.
Their ceiling is in the relegation race.
Yeah, they're really
sure.
bad. Like
they're
they're really bad. Yeah.
They're bad, but they're not like. I just think people look at them as Burnley, like that. They see those two as the exact same, and it's not that.
Sure.
But what I was going to say is, like you said it last week, is just one of their games is against Arsenal. That's going to be a bloodbath. Like. They're not going to touch the ball. They're not going to do anything. But if they score a goal on one of their 5 shots, it'll be a little bit fortunate. And that's who you might bring in for a double. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't seem right. And then they're bad enough that you don't want them or to start any of them for the future. Their games after this are away Palace, home Villa, home Liverpool, away Brentford, blank. So you're bringing in just like a dead spot that you never want to play. It's just it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I think it's also made even worse than that because the blank in 31, like we're not going to want to be free hitting in 31 because we have 3 Arsenal players and having Wolves. Like, I mean, there's ways you can maybe hide something.
What's the deal with City? Like, isn't like City Palace maybe going to blank on that also week?
Or is that 31 that?
I mean, I'm basing this as also like, Discord hearsay. But I think there's like a chance, and then maybe it will turn into a free hit, but probably not as of now.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, then perhaps. But it seems like usually the FA Cup like blockers happen later, and those are like when you have 6+ teams or something that are out.
Blank.
But like you have to also look at this. Like everyone has 3 Arsenal players, obviously, and you want 3 Arsenal players for the rest of the season. So
100%.
Any extra Wolves players, you're also looking at a transfer out, or you're going to not have 11 men in. Right. You could maybe if you have
it's like
Raya,
a -2 if you think about it that way in Gameweek 31 because you're just not going to have a guy when like you need your backup to Raya or your backup to Rice or your backup defender, and they just don't have a game.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a backup keeper, you might be able to get away with one of the little bit there. But you're also, if you're doing the -2 math on the front end of like, I'm getting this guy in for a hit, this Wolves player because he's an extra game. Well, then you're doing another -2 on the back end. You're not that doesn't math, Yeah,
so I guess the only mitigating thing here, I guess, is like I don't know when we're gonna wild card, but we're gonna wild card, and maybe you're just getting him for. This week, and you're going to wild card in 28 or 29 or 30, and then it doesn't matter because then the block doesn't matter. Yeah.
You'd have to wild card before 31.
Yeah,
which to me, like,
that might be fine. I don't really, but long-time listeners know we don't fucking know any of this double bullshit. But
yeah,
I don't know when we'll know the other blanks and the other doubles is what I'm trying to get to. So. If we know them or it seems pretty obvious, like maybe you can wildcard then and it's just totally fine.
The thing I've just noticed, and I mean, my team, I'm nowhere near wildcard. I mean, I don't know. I could do it in 37 at this point, but I haven't seen teams where I'm like, oh, they're even close to wildcarding. Like I haven't seen those teams. So 31 is really close. Like after this week, it's just like a little 4-game week burst to 31, so unless if we see like injuries or like,
that's what I was going to say. Is I think
there's
that, like,
no reason. There's no need.
Our team,
wildcard.
Like we have very similar teams, and they're both very good, and a lot of good teams on the live stream and Discord, whatever. But I also see most teams are on like 1 or 2 freeze max with no wiggle room at all, which means like it's a house of cards, and like 1 red card and 1 injury, and you're just like, I'm fucked. I can't do anything for my 4-4 defender, and I can't get anyone in for this forward. And it's just like, that might be all it takes to be like, okay, I'm just going to change 7 players and roll my freeze or whatever.
Yeah, that's possible.
But yeah,
that's possible.
Yeah. All right. And the only, well, actually, we got a few Palace questions. I mean, Clam said I'm eyeing up Sarr for the next 2 fixtures. Leaning on Walsh's Palace expertise here. Bad Homburg asking about JSL's performance. And then Vast and Hamburg also asking about Muñoz. So, nice win. Good derby win, even though it's not really a derby. I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't know what it is either.
I don't know what it is. But yeah, what did you see? I mean, I was half on this game. I barely saw it.
It has us as blanking in 31 right now, even on the FPL page.
Oh, on the FPL side it does?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe it's already announced?
And City too for Gameweek 31.
Yeah, so okay, so it must have been announced. Like maybe it was announced today. I don't even know.
Maybe while we've been potting, it's been announced because
it was something to do with Europe, and like if both teams are in Europe at that point and advanced, then like there's a clash of their European fixture or whatever. I don't fucking know, but something like that. So yeah, that might change things because that might not be as bad a free hit as it seems.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this just like in real time because everyone has 3 Arsenal plus Holland. So you're
minimum Holland, already. If not minimum 2 or 3
plus,
City. Yeah.
Yeah, plus the other City players. So 31 might be
maybe a Palace defender or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean how you're stacking on top of the Arsenal. Like if you get Sarr and like all of a sudden, you've got 6+ players between Arsenal, City, and Palace.
But it's tough go ahead.
It's just tough because I mean, just looking at the Palace run 231, it's home Burnley, home Wolves, at Man United, at Spurs, home Leeds.
Yeah, you want them.
I mean, look, like we were talking about, like that 5 run it's hilarious how tasty the run is.
Yeah.
So you want the Palace players. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, and then the other side of it, that is always the other side of a free hit that makes it much trickier, is like, don't love the fixtures to jump on. You know, like, okay, if Fulham or home Burnley, like if we're free hitting in 31, it's like, okay, Fulham or home Burnley, like, okay, yeah, we'll all have Harry Wilson, we'll all have Jim. It's like, okay, you know, like Villa or home West Ham. Point? Yeah, maybe Muñoz. Villa or home West Ham. It's like, okay, we'll have Ollie and Morgan Rogers. It's just not very inspiring. Newcastle Sunderland is like, I don't trust either team in that game. Spurs or home NFO. I don't trust either team in that game. It's like,
it's also 2 months away.
It's 2 months away, but I'm just saying it's not one that screams like, oh my God, you know, Man United are home, you know, West Ham, and Liverpool are home Burnley, and Chelsea are home Everton. It's like, oh, we can just, that's 9 picks right there, and we're going to fucking fly. It's like, the team's not that good. The free hit team doesn't look that good.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, I think we also have, you and I, kind of come around on the notion of like, what is free hit for? It's not necessarily to try and peg a game week where there's a couple teams that have a couple really easy home bankers when we have a full squad. It's about mitigation of like a negative outcome. And whether we would get, 40 points that game week or 75, the existing team with the blankers would get 20, or 15.
Because how many City you have? You have 2 City, right?
I have 2 City.
And do you have any Palace?
Arsenal. 2 of my bench are non-playing Palace players. So and I have Pau, who doesn't play. So I would have 5 players in my team.
Oh man, that's not a lot.
Literally 5. If this
I
was
have
like
triple Arsenal, Holland, Richards. Yeah, I'd be. It wouldn't be pretty. Wouldn't be pretty. Yeah.
So I mean, I would be like, unless if I start to really try and get away and use transfers on my actual bench
or roll transfers.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe we can do that now that we can stockpile 5. I feel like we've never really been in this situation, but where it used to always be the thing of like, do I bring in Shaqiri, Shaq on Stoke, even though they have bad fixtures because they don't blank in 31 or whatever? And it's like, no, don't do that because you're going to lose points because you're transferring out a better player. Now we can just roll to 5 in theory and I can just use 4 frees and I
mean, that's one aspect, which is just focusing on, can you make your team so you don't need to free hit in 31? Like, obviously, the answer to that is yes. Yes, you can certainly do that. And also, do you want to have less City and Palace players when they both have really good runs of fixtures?
And well, that's what I'm saying with the rolling is you don't have to have less of them until that week, and then you use 4 frees that week. You just use 4 frees in 31.
But how many people are sitting here right now with Muñoz and Sarr and all these fucking guys? Like, you have to use the transfers now to get them in, so it's hard to stock. Like,
right. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. You're talking about bringing us in this week for Palace and then having to use it. I see.
Yeah.
I was more talking about like you can just hold whatever team you have and then use it in 31. But yeah, that would obviously fuck you up if you bring in Sarr and Muñoz and then it's like, how many frees do you realistically have and not going to use? Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I think that's something that you're going to need to look at because, if we do have a bigger double later on, then, or whatever, that means we will have a bigger blank.
Yes.
I mean, I guess this is a front-loaded blank with the City Palace, presuming that their doubles will happen later.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of an outlier there, but we'll have to do a little bit of chip planning. It looks like for actually, like maybe even now, because I mean, I was looking at bringing in Muñoz this week, because typically when we have these types of games, those are the games where he pops because he got 14 against Burnley in the away, he got 14 against Wolves in the away, he banged 10 against Bournemouth at home. Like these games where we have more opportunity in the final third and less just meaningless middle third possession, where it's like a lot of back and forth are the games where he joins more and has more volume.
Yeah, it's like kind of funny with Muñoz because we were just talking about how Gabriel's points are not necessarily predictable, as are any center back's points, but Muñoz is just an attacker. You just think of him as a midfielder, and therefore, when he has good fixtures, he's more likely to get more points. Simple as that.
Yeah, and I mean, the best chance we had of the game against Brighton was a Strand shot, Muñoz assist. So if Strand wasn't dead on his feet at the time of the chance occurred towards the late stages of the game, he probably should have done better. It was, again, the best chance we had of the game. And I mean, Muñoz just looked okay. I mean, he didn't look incredible. He was definitely not I really just see Muñoz as a volume player, and he's not the most precise putter of the ball into the area. Like he's a lot of a little bit more of, he's a lot more like head down, like I'm gonna spam it.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's a few guys there and it falls. I mean, there's some times when he does lift his head and he gets to the byline and he puts something in flat, but Strand is a good target man. And we have these fixtures coming up where it just feels like these are the kind of games that in the next 5, he could get 45 points in the next 5 total. I'd be like,
I know. I really fucking want him and I just can't get there.
Well, you can. You just got to click, but.
Well, no, I'd have to sell guys that I think are good picks. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a challenge. So
that's a challenge.
Muñoz looks primed to me. Like he also should just be building. And it's a little bit of a weird one too with us, which I didn't clock this. It came up in chat, I think, when the game was happening, that I think someone was asking about like rotation, and we do only have 2 days off. It's unfortunate for us that we went Sunday instead of Saturday. Yeah. It's a Sunday, Wednesday. It's not like a Sunday, Tuesday or something like that. But we don't have FA Cup this weekend because we lost to the non-league team. So our next game isn't then for another week and a half.
Right.
So he shouldn't rest anybody. Like unless if they're actually injured or knocked.
Yeah.
It should be complete, full team, like just thrown right back out there.
Yeah.
Which I think should be Guess and instead of Pino. I will be really upset if that change isn't made. Otherwise, it should be the exact same team.
Yeah.
Maybe Chatty comes in for Lerma because it's such an easier game and we don't need the destroyer. We need someone with a little bit better passing range. But otherwise, I expect Sarr to go again. Strand should go again. Wharton will go again.
I wonder if
maybe Kamada. If Kamada's fit, he will start over Hughes. I don't think he'd probably start Kamada. Maybe he plays 30, but I think the FPL picks that you're looking at though, like it's Sarr, it's Strand, it's Muñoz, they should all go.
And you're happy with them as picks to answer all the questions, like Sarr as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarr probably off pens, we would assume, although he might take them.
I wouldn't make.
We don't
that
know
assumption.
if it's Strand or him. Yeah.
Yeah, I really would not make that assumption because
if it was Mateta, we would say Mateta's on pens for sure.
Yeah,
but
that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Jazel just got there. I mean, Sarr could take a pen for sure.
Sarr could, he could still be on pens for
sure. And Mateta wasn't even on the bench, right? He's like maybe getting surgery, just fucked. Yeah.
He's just fucked. I mean, we
maybe
might not
Sarr
see
is just an incredible pick, and we're just all underrating him. I mean, on pen Sarr, like if you told me that pre-game week 1, we would be saying
he'd be in every team.
Best pick in the game, absolutely must be in every team.
Yeah,
we would be saying that for sure. And
for sure,
that might be the case.
For sure, yeah, that might be the case. It's just we just have no idea. Flatly put, we just have no idea because it could be Strand. And I mean, I think it's a difficult. Strand did not look good. Like I wouldn't say he played great. Like he looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean, he took up literally the exact same positions as Mateta that I could tell, and he had some successful hold up moments and some less successful hold up moments. I thought he really tired. I was screaming for him to be subbed around 70, and he went I think maybe he just wants him to get 90 and try and build his fitness that way. Like this is what it feels like. Your body needs to get it in.
He hasn't
and
been
recover.
Playing that much, also
for a year.
Yeah, so it would not be surprising if he was just you just need games, and I'm not subbing you. You need to manage yourself and get through every game. Yeah.
Yeah. And the alternative is playing BJ or Sarr as a focal point, which is a joke. We would just have to be playing long balls and just trying to, which, I mean, at the time of the game, I could not believe that he wasn't making the sub because Brighton were down 1-0, pushing their lineup, and all we could Dunk is fucking molasses. We could have been running behind Dunk with anybody, and he just refused to do it. So all that aside, these games coming up are all really good fixtures on paper, and also probably not going to be a lot of like breaking opportunities. I expect we're going to have like a little bit more sustained possession. So I feel like in those types of games, Strand would be a little bit better than Sarr. There's a little bit good. I expect there to be a little bit less space to run into in these 3 home games in the next 5. But then you're also looking at the mitigation of the 2 away games where there should be more space to run into. For Sarr. So
it's also like, it's one of those tricky things where like we're assuming this because it's Burnley and because it's Wolves and because it's Leeds and that's traditionally how they play. But
they might not.
They might see this game as like, this is winnable. Palace are out of form. They're not playing well. Let's go. Yeah, let's try and win. Let's try and score 2 goals. And then and Sarr's just free all the time. Fuck, am I bringing in Sarr? I might just fucking take a hit. Like I've been rolling all season and playing sort of safely, but I think the wild card in my back pocket, and I'm just living paycheck to paycheck right now. I'm kind of okay with just being like, I'm just gonna make the moves that I think is going to get me the most points. And if everything falls apart, like I mentioned, the house of cards of just being on 1 free and whatever, if everything falls apart, I'm fine to wild card. It just does not bother me at all to wild card early.
Sure.
So I might just make moves.
I mean, like, I think if you're just making a wild card team right now.
Yeah.
Muñoz, Sarr, and Strand is automatically in every wild card team.
I don't know about Strand. I'm not sure about Strand. Yeah. I think Sarr Muñoz 100% though. Yeah.
I feel strongly because you just have to attack the fixtures. I mean, it's not even a similar comparison to like.
Well, I was thinking like you could go like Lacroix. Like you could do like Sarr, Muñoz, Lacroix, or Richards, and I think that's also really good. That's what I was more thinking.
Okay, yeah. I just feel like you look at these games and like you want to attack the ups. So like, I mean, there's 6 or 8s there for the defenders, for LaCroix or whatever. But I just think you want to attack the fixtures. It cannot be understated what kind of a fixture run this is, these 5 games. I mean,
it's fucked
to
up.
Play home Burnley, home Wolves, and home Leeds in 5 game week span. Like you just want as much as you can of that because they're just so good.
Yeah.
And we are fit. I mean, we don't have Mateta, but otherwise, like, we're fit again. I mean, we haven't been fit for 3 months.
Yeah.
And, I just feel, and I know we have Europe in a little bit, but I just think it's like, you just want to kind of go for it.
It's kind of primed. So. And
it's primed.
You finally played well.
We finally
had a good game. It's not
good
just based off just fitness. It's like that a good performance, deserved win. Good job by them.
Yeah, it's not just fixture chasing, and we're playing in horrible. Like maybe these fixtures will get us into form. Like really good away performance, really good win.
Yeah,
momentum's building. People are probably a little bit happier in the training ground.
Yep,
Sarr's in form. Like JSL looked competent, and everything looks like it's trending upwards. So
yeah, for sure,
dude. Okay. And I want to also just highlight. I didn't make the remark tongue in cheek. Guess and was so good when he
I saw
he was so good.
He created like that one big chance, and he was just
like
he just fits.
Is literally he fits. He fits that left side. I mean, I don't know if he could play left or right side, but like he's everything that
I think he can play both because I think he did for Villa. He was kind of
he was like striker for them sometimes.
Striker, but he was right side. Left
he was
side,
horrible for Villa. Like, but for
he was
the support, But like in the support, like he's everything that we're hoping Pino could be. Like he's just so not that. So I mean, I was just so encouraged and impressed, and it could have been like 20 minutes against tired legs, like lifting him a little bit, but his presence was like, oh my God, like this is something. Like now we can actually have competent counterattacks with this guy who could hold up pace, power, like knows how to make a pass.
I mean, a lot of people were saying that when Villa bought him, it was like
we were after him.
He's kind of like all like people, not me, because I haven't watched him play in my life before he came to the Prem, but like he's kind of similar to Ollie, but he's more of like a weird 10 type of guy. Like he usually plays behind the striker, and they were kind of playing him as like second striker, half
level
wing.
To the striker.
Yeah, and it just did not work ever. Yeah. I mean, it looked like a guy completely uncomfortable out of position.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and Glasner knows what to do with him, and it was just like, oh, this guy's good. This guy's competent. He's physically, so obviously, Premier League level. You know, that's never been in question. And so
good
so
good. Yeah, he was just so good.
Okay, cool. I mean, we have a shit ton of questions, but the deadline is also like in a day, so I don't know if we're gonna do all these. Maybe we'll just end it. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, are there any that you want to just cherry pick one or two before we call it that are extra pertinent, or?
Yeah, let me look.
I mean, I think we hit on like kind of the bigger.
I think we hit on
like
most of the big things.
What are people doing? Like, what are people doing this week? It's pretty much this.
I think we hit on most of the big things. Okay. I mean, there's 2 lifestyle questions that are kind of fun. We could do them really quick. I mean, username
let's see those we'll get out of her.
Yeah, if you were to have a second pod, what would it be about? And then he said, "Do you have a second pod that we don't know about?" I was curious what your answer is going to be.
Well, we know you already had a second pod.
I had a second pod. It lived, and then it died, and it was about video games.
Yeah, I mean, it would be about the Mets for sure. It's not even close.
Well, Mets or baseball or fantasy baseball.
No, it would have to be. Well, I mean, I look. I don't know anything about the American League, so I am not very.
It would be an NL only.
Yeah, it would have to be an NL National League only baseball podcast, but it wouldn't be that because I don't care enough about the other teams.
When the Mets are on, you watch the Mets. That's just how baseball works.
It's very infrequent that I'm going to put on a non-Mets game.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it would be about the Mets for sure.
Yeah, love that. And then Brian said, Winter Olympics. Are you a fan? What are your favorite events? I'm looking forward to the women's and men's hockey, and I love the snow sports.
Aren't they all snow sports? It's the Winter Olympics.
There's snow or ice. Yeah. Snow or ice. I don't know. I mean,
that covers all. There's no running. There's no track.
There's no track.
There's nothing in the air.
There's no diving.
Nothing on water.
Yeah. None of that.
What's your Winter Olympics game?
I was thinking about it. We had an Olympics question recently, right? And we were talking about how, like, if it's on, sure, but if it's not, whatever. It's because we grew up with cable. I realized that yesterday when I was talking about it with people. When you grow up with cable television, you just are channel surfing, and you're like, oh, Olympics, sure, I'll throw that on. It's better than any other random, daytime talk show or whatever the fuck else is on. And you throw it on and you watch some shit, and it's fun and whatever. Now that everything's streaming and like on demand, it's just like, I'm just never going to watch. I didn't even know it started. I didn't even know there was an opening ceremony, and I probably will watch nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think you have to take it a step further. It's not cable. It's also, I mean, just put this on the list of things the internet ruined. Like when we were, I mean, I'm sure there are children that are 19 or 22 or 25 that listen to this pod that did not experience the world when the internet wasn't pervasive and you didn't have a computer in your pocket. But like when we were young teens and, growing up, the Winter Olympics typically are in a different time zone for one thing. So the access to what is going on in real time when you're reading newspapers or watching news programs for actual information gathering is so starkly delayed.
Yeah.
It's not even close. So when we had a little weird transition period where you would be able to see a little bit stuff on the internet was like reporting quicker, and then you would be watching, they would still have prime time before Piscock or whatever, right? You would still have the 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. prime time Olympic evening event where they would curate, what happened during that entire day.
Yes.
And but it was appointment viewing, and everyone watches the same thing, and then you would talk about it the next day. So even back that, literally nobody knew what happened in the events where the guy goes with the little gun and then cross country skis. Like that's just not televised. But you're talking about the figure skating, or you're talking about the downhill, and people know who some of these guys are, right? So then it was exciting, but now, when it's just all these disparate timings and there is no prime time and you have to seek out whatever it is.
Yes.
It's just not
you have to
exciting.
Say, like, I want to watch the badminton and it's on at 3 a.m. and that's the only time it's on. And that's you watch it live or, whatever, watch highlights later.
But it's even like I want to watch curling, and forget you're not watching it live, but you wake up, you go on the next day and you look at like Sweden versus Great Britain curling, and it happened 18 hours ago. You have to, if you're into curling, I presume you read about it.
Yeah.
You have to like blinders on, don't look at anything so you don't know about it.
Airplane mode on your phone. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we can't even do this for 2 hours for Prem. Like imagine if we were like ski junkies and we're like, oh, we love skiing and we follow skiing so close. So, I mean, it's just the whole thing of how you consume it is just so watered
Everything's
down. And
so fast. I mean, it's half related, but I mean, people probably don't even realize this, but all the time, our normal recording time is 10:30 or 11 p.m. East Coast time. So I'm uploading the pod at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever. Sometimes I'm fucking tired. Usually I'm not because I'm a demon, but sometimes I'm tired. My girlfriend's always just like, just do it the next day. I'm like, every hour I don't post it, it's less relevant because something's going to happen. Someone's going to get sacked at 6 a.m. and a double's going to get announced at 8 a.m. and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, we missed all this shit and it's like old news already. And that's just fucking crazy. It's just too fast. It's way too fast.
But so, I mean, long and the short of it is like that has all affected, I think, the allure and mystique and interest level of, how in pop culture in America, how it's consumed. Because when we were kids, the Olympics were massive.
Special.
I mean, it was just
special.
It was massive, like to the point where like it was integrated in school curriculums.
Yeah.
Like you'd be talking about it in grade school or when it was happening, whether it was summer less so, but the winter especially. And now it's just watered down. And I mean, because I'm not like really interested or excited, like I just don't really consume it. So
same.
It's too bad.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
That's what it is. Yeah.
All right. Good
All
job.
right.
I don't think we had any slaps. If we did, I apologize. I'll do you next episode. Any last words?
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Check us out at FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL, sportspedia.com/FML. Subscribe, rate, review. Cheers.